oh, you can do this. Oh, let's do this. It's not like this is what we do. We're doing that, and you got fit conform to this shit. Hmm. Mhm. Yeah, he does for sure. There's no doubt about it. It's been proven for what 20 years now. So, the last time the Browns, well, not the last time. Last time's no, the two times they've been in the postseason. No, the two times because Weston got in the postseason too. They're his third coach after Bill. He got in the postseason too. So they've been there twice. Bill was the one time, and there's one other time since then. Ever since then, nothing. So I yeah, you gotta. He's great. He's great at that. And there's a lot of coaches who learn from that now. Like Cal Shanahan out of San Francisco, he does a great job of that. He's winning with not the best talent. He went. He's winning with not the best talent. Um, oh, the Ravens. The Ravens are the perfect example. The greatest, newest example of that. Like, would you draft me? Oh, Lamar. Oh, well, you know, Flacco can't do it no more. He's done. This is what we got, and we got to win, or I'm gonna get fired. It was what he had to deal with that year. What the hell is his name? Harbaugh. Harbaugh had to deal with that year. He was going to be fired that year. And when he got Lamar, I said they have Flacco. Lamar can't play like Flacco. He's about to be fired. And he said, "Fuck, get out of here, Joe. Sit down, and we're gonna run a run-based, heavy option, fucking college offense for this kid with NFL talent." And that's exactly what they did. That's exactly what they did, and they haven't looked back since. There's not a lot of postseason success because in the postseason, it's a little easier to defend some college shit when you're one of the top teams in the league. Sure, but and they got a whole season worth of game tape, so they know all your tendencies. And the farther this goes along, he's gonna have to change his game, a little bit. But they're the prime example of a great coaching job that turns their team and their focus into, what can my players do to me? How can I put them in the best position to win? That's exactly what he did.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I don't know, man. it's The Ravens are such an interesting team, and yeah, coaching, like you have to be able to adapt to your personnel. If you can't, then you know you, you shouldn't really be a coach. And I say that about, and no offense to any like high school coaches out there, because I respect anybody who's in the coaching profession. I would love to actually
I
get a
think that's
chance to be a
different though.
coach.
I think
But
high
I
school coach is different.
but I say like with high school coaches, there's a reason why some of these high school coaches are longtime high school coaches. It's because they've never displayed the aptitude to be able to move up to higher levels.
Well, there's all kinds of reasons why. I mean, some people that's just where they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of dudes do come out of that and move up to college, move up the ranks. I mean, it's just about matter what how
Yeah,
heavily involved you want to be in this shit.
yeah.
Like
I mean,
reps coach here is like been coaching for 100 years. He prepped Charles like 20, Coach Charles 20 years ago. He's still doing it now at a high level.
yeah.
But he's got small children. He's comfortable here. He makes enough
Oh yeah.
money. His wife does a job. I
But
mean, my God. I mean,
there's
could he
definitely
go
reasons. Yeah, there's definitely reasons, but you can always tell. Like you can always tell a good coach from a not so good coach. It 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 becomes pretty apparent. But
the win loss record is number
yeah,
one. The win
win
loss
loss.
record is like everything.
And I think the mark of a good coach is what do you do when you don't have all of your talent. This is why, like after last year, I had a newfound respect for Tomlin because he didn't have his his biggest players. He had an injury ravaged team, and he was still able to get that team to 8-8 to set them up
Mm-hmm.
for this year. That was it. That was his best coaching job ever.
No, the only problem with that is there are hamstrung. Just stay on topic
Hmm.
about changing your offense, stuff like that. Like that was one thing that we did not do, which I regret. Because at this point, I think if they had done some more different things to change, like there were plays they didn't call,
Yeah.
but they didn't change shit. They were just like, this is what we're going to do offensive. That's why the offense was so shitty because they
Yeah.
didn't change shit. And I get it. You got rookies coming in. You have, the team. There's continue. Ben's coming
Mhm.
back. So don't change shit up for the sake of a season without Ben. So they kept it
Mhm.
the same. They put these young, bad quarterbacks in weird ass positions where they couldn't be successful.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, tell them the standard is the standard. No, it's not. It's not the state. No, you got a fucking guy in his second year or third year who
Yeah.
was third string the year before. You got a guy who shouldn't even been drafted, and they're running your offense, and you run the same play. I was just sitting there, just like they can't do this, man. But the
I
defense stepped up. The
yeah.
defense stepped up. Great. They made a move. They got Minka. Great. They didn't have a losing record. Never had a losing record. Yeah. But there
Mhm.
was more meat on that bone. There was more left on the table. There's things they could
Oh
have
yeah.
done. They had changed a little bit. And
Yeah.
I get it. Ben's coming back, but that wasn't a guarantee,
No, it wasn't.
and every year is not guaranteed. And then, so I don't know. That was for me. That was a case where nobody changed. That offense was the exact same. I was just like,
Yeah, it was.
yeah, those guys can't run this offense.
No. My thing is I I don't think Randy Fickner is a great offensive coordinator. I think Ben is more of an offensive coordinator now on this team. And they just put Randy in that position because he has a good relationship with Ben. But he's never been an offensive coordinator without Ben. Like he didn't know I don't know if he's ever ran a different offensive system than what he's running now.
We're running Memphis's offense
Yeah.
that he instituted. We're running the Memphis Tigers offense from
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Mhm.
It's a multiple attacking offense. Now they brought in the kid from oh God, Matt Canada
Yeah.
from Maryland
I was gonna say
because
from
they
Canada.
saw Matt Canada from Maryland, and he coached at LSU before that.
Mhm.
He's the coach the Pitt coach made fun of.
Yeah.
That's him. And then they made up whatever. He's a little boy, whatever. I was just making a point. The one where he said, I had this coach, I was going to give him a bunch of money. He went down to LSU, got fired. Next, he got the money, but he got fired. Now he's out there, and now he's in the NFL, coaching Pittsburgh. But they brought him in. They saw San Francisco's success with the motion.
Yeah.
He's a motion guy. So the offense is way different.
Oh,
I
yeah.
said this, like before it was AB Juju, beat your man.
Yeah,
You
it was
know,
such
beat
a
your man, run your route so well that you beat your man. Like everyone else, run your route so well that you beat your man. Now it's fucking there's pre-snap motion. There's screens, all the Patriots, the
yeah.
illegal screen. There's all that shit. And you know, that's why rookies get, you know, 4 touchdowns in a game. What about that shit they pulled last week with Chase? 4 wide receivers lined up. The defense was like screaming that it was illegal. I'm like, is it? I don't know. And he threw it to him, and there was 3
Yeah.
blockers out there, and like, then they did the exact opposite the week before. They had 4
Yeah.
wide receivers on one side and Chase all alone on the other side. He just threw it to him. He had to beat one guy. He
Mm-hmm.
ran into the end zone almost.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, there's all kinds of new shit in there, and Canada's being big in that. And they
Yeah.
have a running back, McLeod, who's gonna probably start popping off here soon.
Oh yeah, they're loaded. I tell you what, that formation, as long as you have 7 people on the line of scrimmage, it's perfectly legal. Um,
They had 5, 6, 7, 2 back, 3 back behind the guy in the
yeah,
front. That's what it was. Okay, I guess you're right. But I was sitting
yeah,
there, I was like, holy fuck, they're like all over there.
yeah. Technically, you can have 11 people, or I guess technically 10 people on the line of scrimmage, but it's only the 2 outside guys. Like you can only have the uncovered guys be receivers.
Do you remember the one where there was I don't know if it was college. I think it was college. Well, they do it sometime in the extra point,
Uh-huh.
right? Well, the center will sit there by itself,
Oh
and
yeah.
everybody will be lined up over there.
Mm-hmm.
Then they all run
Yep.
back in the last second and hit all.
We had this play in high school called Mud Hen, which is basically the same thing. It's like we were in a timeout, we're standing in a huddle, and then the center would go over by the ball, and we were all still be in the huddle talking, and then the center would snap it over, and there'd just be like this wall of blockers. Called it Mud Hen.
So see, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, so as long as those guys, as long as the covered guys don't go down the field, you're fine. That's why you have like slot receivers on the side with the tight end, because the tight end's on the line of scrimmage, your slot's playing further back to make sure the tight end isn't covered. They have weird coverage rules. There's actually a weird offense that was in high school for a while, and I think they outlawed it. And you saw the Patriots use something similar
Yeah,
to
that
it
dirty ass play,
Yeah.
against the Ravens that they
Yep.
shouldn't have been allowed to do. What the fuck was that? Oh God, Aaron would know too. He's not even here. They
Yeah.
did the dirtiest player sumo. I was like, that cannot be legal.
Yeah.
And it
What
was.
they did
And
is
then
they
the
took.
next year they changed the rule.
Yep.
Next year they changed the rule.
But in high school, there was this. It was called the A11 offense, and
Mhm.
basically you had 11 people on the field that were all eligible
Eligible?
receivers. But the way you lined up would determine who was eligible, who was actually going out on that play. Because that's what they did. That's what Patriots did. They put James White in a covered position. So even though he was an eligible receiver, he was covered so he couldn't go out. But they wasted a guy covering him because
Yeah.
they just didn't pick up on that.
God.
But yeah, Browns game today, man. That's I can't believe a Browns Steeler game. It's been a few decades since this was like a game of the week.
Couple years. It's been like 15 years, I think. 15 was that last time. They went to the postseason about
Yeah.
17 years ago, maybe.
Was that under
They went to the
Mangini?
postseason. No. It was the old Miami coach, right?
Oh, Butch Davis.
I think it was Butch.
Yeah. Might have been. I can't remember.
I think it was Butch Davis.
So for this game, I actually have a lot of confidence in the Steelers because the Browns' big strength is their run game, and that's the Steelers' defensive strength.
18 years ago, 2002.
Whew.
Butch Davis.
Butchie D. Yeah, I feel like the the Browns. Yeah, I want to see what Baker's going to look like without like play action. When they take that away.
They can't. Yeah, that's where I'm going with it. Like if they can get him out of that, it all depends on that run though. I've been telling you guys about Kareem Hunt all season.
Yeah.
That dude scares the shit out of me. He's fucking. He do everything.
Mhm.
I think he's one of the best backs in football. I think he's better than Chubb. I really do. I think this
Mhm.
offense is gonna take off with faster backs. in there, like those no names they got running for like
Hmm.
28 yards at a pop because they're faster backs. And you
Yeah.
can't, I mean, you can't make up for speed. If your line can block, you can't make up for speed. Now
Yeah.
I got that the Steelers have a kid who's really, really fast, who's gonna get more snaps today, I'm sure. Um, but those guys in the last Browns game, I'm watching that, and I was like, they're hunting them or hitting the holes.
Hmm.
Nobody can tackle Hunt 101. He
Yeah.
makes the first guy miss, and he's still accelerating laterally then vertically. I mean, he's to me, he's one of the best backs in the league.
Yeah.
Now he's been dealing with injuries, because he's not the biggest guy, I guess, and not the most durable. Oh,
No.
hello, my cat
What
came
up,
out of
cat?
hiding. My son's cat, anyway, who I'm keeping now. But yeah, dude, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. We can stop that run. We'll see. If we stop that run, it should be a wrap. But
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna be able to just make them one dimensional. It's gonna be a fight. We're gonna have to beat them
Yeah. I
straight up.
don't know. I
We're
mean,
gonna
I
have to
still.
outscore them like everyone says, but it can't be. It ain't gonna be no fucking. It ain't gonna be no blowout. There's no way. Their line is playing too good, and
Hmm. I
it's
know
gonna be.
a lot of people are talking about like the Steelers defense. Even Ryan Clark was saying this isn't the same Steelers defense as last year, but
No.
defenses across the board are not very good this year, and a lot of it actually has to do with the fact that there's no fans. Like especially at the home games, like that where when you're on the defensive side at home, the fans can start yelling and screaming, throw off the
Mm-hmm.
communication and everything. That's been making a difference,
Mm-hmm.
and so I don't know. I still think that the Steelers have enough in their front seven to be able to stop. Like I don't know if there's anybody on the Browns offensive line that's going to be able to like contain Tuitt and Haywood and TJ all day, and then
The only way to stop it is to run the ball.
yeah.
They get 5 sacks a game.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they get 5 a game. And the only way to stop that is to run it right down our throats. And this is a team that could probably do it, and the Ravens is a team that could probably do it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to man up that way.
Yeah.
And I mean, I
The defense
uh,
matched up well against the Ravens last year. That Lamar's like two worst
did I
games
think
were against, or worst game was against Pittsburgh,
yeah, those I don't know.
and they
I
could
think
have
you're right.
won if it
You're right
wasn't
in
for
a way.
Juju fumbling.
You're right in a way, but I also think with Ben not being there
Yeah.
lowered the it wasn't a real the Ravens knew they were playing with house money.
Yeah.
Like, and
But
everyone
wait a
knew their
minute. A couple weeks ago, didn't you just say when I said Pittsburgh's the kind of team that plays down to the competition? You said, no, man, no team does that. That's exactly what you just said that the
I
Ravens
said
would
we
do.
don't do that. I don't believe we did that. I don't think we do that. I said we don't do that. Now
Yeah.
I think in that situation when you're going against a fucking second year guy, you know, I want to believe that our defense is good, but I don't. No,
Hmm.
that's that Tomlin thing. Oh, Tomlin's teams play down. I said, no, Tomlin's teams don't play down. Everyone plays up. You play a game. Shit happens. There's bad calls. There's fucking holding. Then you don't see. There's anything can happen. I mean, they're all NFL players. But I
Well,
think
yeah.
in that situation, you can't help it. If Ben's not there and fucking that dude's out there and Duck's out there, you
Hmm.
fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? I know my uncle Steve. He's listening to the stream right now. He's actually been saying that TJ needs to contain Baker from rolling to his right, and he gives kudos to Ben for actually being willing at this stage of his career to adapt some of Matt Canada's new offensive philosophies. So those are both very good points, Steve.
He learned. I mean, he had to. I mean, I mean, when they got rid of
Hey,
Arians, when
yeah,
they got rid of Arians and they brought in the the crazy guy from Kansas
Haley.
City, whatever. They brought him in. That was the with one directive, and that was to
Yeah,
fucking keep him alive.
yeah,
Like get the ball out of your fucking hands. And he finally fucking started doing it. And I think that taught him the value of it.
uh-huh.
Like I said earlier, like I don't know if I said it on here, but he's getting rid of the ball faster than anybody else in the NFL this year.
Oh yeah,
There's 2.5 seconds, the ball comes out. That's to keep himself alive.
yeah,
I mean, this shit. I mean, he just still. I still don't think he knows his arm yet.
yeah,
I still think he's completely comfortable what his arm does when he tries to throw a football.
yeah,
He's not completely comfortable, and that's why he does so much work during the week now, like he never did before. He used to take Wednesdays off totally, and now they're saying he's on the sideline
yeah.
working on footwork drills and throws specific spots. So I don't know. I think every week is going to be better and better and better.
Now, yeah, Yeah, that's true. Like the Steelers, the one thing I will say, and guys may disagree, I feel like the Steelers historically have been a relatively slow starting team. Like the fact that it's been since the 70s that they've gone 4 and 0 is pretty telling. You know, cuz 4 and 0 is, I mean, it's tough, but it's not unheard of. You know, that you used to get a couple of teams every year, and Steelers are always like creme de la creme. You know, they're always in it, and
Yeah, but I
you know
also
they're
think
usually
that
2 and 2.
for me that record is more indicative of like who they put them up against.
Yeah,
I mean, they're 8-8 team, non-playoff team, 2 years in a row. They didn't give them marquee matchups early in the year.
yeah,
I mean, that's a big thing. Usually, it's like we're playing we're playing the Patriots at the beginning of the year
yep,
every year. So it's like, oh, yeah, guess what? We lost. Like, you know, I mean, it's like there's your loss right there. There's your, you know, then we'll lose another one. Then we'll win 4 in a row. Then we'll win 5, 6 in a row. And then,
they're
you know,
streaky. They're
yeah,
very streaky. But I do think like even last year, looking at that first game last year with the Patriots when they opened up against them, the Patriots looked really crisp coming into the season. Steelers looked a little bit sluggish.
mm-hmm.
And that's what I mean. It's just for some reason it just feels like they start slow, but by mid-season they're really rounding into form. I don't know if it's because they're more physical than other teams in practice and they just have to recover a little bit.
That's a
It's just
good
weird.
point. That's a good point. I mean, we didn't have that this year, so now
Yeah,
I don't know. You can look at it that way, like, you know, which just should work the opposite. Like you
yeah,
should be hitting and ready to go if you're hitting,
yeah.
but like without this whole off season has put preseason and practice in jeopardy.
Hmm.
Holy
Yeah.
fuck! You know these players don't like any of this shit. Like
No.
in that contract, they're gonna be like, "Why do we play as many games? Why do we?" And the owners want more regular season games.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is gonna put all that in jeopardy. I mean, our every year we go Latrobe, what, 40 years now?
Yeah.
Um, no Latrobe this year. That
I think.
probably, I mean, that probably destroyed that economy.
Yeah. I mean, I think next year it'll come back. Like, there's always going to be a need for training camp, but I can see.
For who though? That's the point. Training camp is for who? It's for rookies. It
Yeah,
ain't
it's for
for fucking
rookies,
vets. Vets
new
don't want it.
coaches, new systems. Like you like. What I mean is like you're still going to have training camp, but it may not be as physical. Like you'll probably see a reduction in the number of hitting. Coaches hate that because I think that really does impact tackling. But
Mm-hmm.
I also think Instagram actually impacts tackling too. Same way like remember you remember like Jacked Up on ESPN? They don't show it
Yeah.
anymore now, like all the head injuries come out.
Mm-hmm.
You get more rewards and recognitions for big hits than you do for solid tackles. So I
I think
think
we
some
coming up. Well,
yeah.
I think they
But
do coming up, but not in the NFL. No, I think
no, but
high
that's
school,
what
grade
they've
school, little
learned.
bitters, high school, grade school. Yeah, that you get recognized for that shit. But in the
Yeah.
NFL, you know, that solid tackle to your defensive coordinator is life. I mean, like,
Yeah. But
I don't know.
you still see it. Like I even saw like Minka do it last week. He went for a big hit on somebody and let them go for like an extra 7 yards. That was the difference
Minka's been
between
playing. He's been playing terrible all year. Nobody
yeah.
knows the fuck's going on with him. Yeah,
He needs
it's
to.
like nobody knows what's going on with him. I mean, I said something to my buddy Jesse. I said, "Do you think we fucked him up?" He's like, "What do you mean?" Well, now he knows the defense. So he's like, I'm supposed to do this. Oh, this is terrible because the first 7, 8 games he
Yeah.
didn't know the defense.
Yeah.
So he's out there reacting. He's
Hmm.
like, oh, this is what's happening. Oh, thank you. You know, this is what's happening. Oh, okay, now he's like, oh, I'm supposed to be here, and they're supposed to be. I think we might have fucked him up. And I don't think it's him. You know, I don't think he's injured. I think he's playing what he's doing, what he's told to do, instead of being a playmaker. And that's
I don't know, man.
it's fucking
Because
weird because he complained about that in Miami.
yeah.
He didn't want to be
I
moved
just
around.
I just didn't think in Miami he wanted to be on a team that was essentially casting off the season. He
Well,
came from
he said when he left there that he didn't want to be there because they moved him around too much.
yeah, I actually think that was an excuse because he moved around a bunch in Pittsburgh.
No, he hasn't done shit this year. They don't move
Not
him
this year,
nowhere.
but last
But the
year
other
they
kid,
put him all over the place.
Yeah, he was always in the back. The other dude is the one they move around. He sucks. I'd
With
rather have Minka.
Edmonds?
Yeah, but Minka doesn't want to. So that's another thing that's fucked up about him. He forced that trade. Like, who is this kid?
Yeah.
Is he just not willing to do it? I clearly saw him last year be better at making plays. So why is he way in the fucking back playing Ryan Clark? He should be fucking up front being a playmaker. And I don't trust
Yeah.
Edmonds in the back either because he's fucking nuts. He doesn't want to go at halftime, but I don't know. I think at some point they're gonna have to make a change
Yeah.
and get Minka in that rover role. I mean the I don't like it part. I just never understood. I never understood why a player would be like, oh, I don't want to be doing everything. I never understood that. I didn't understand when we got him. It kind of made me nervous, but I saw success, so I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But then, is he influencing them, going like, I don't want to do this, so let me do this. So I don't know what's happening.
They need to bring Dick LeBeau out of retirement and have him have like a heart to heart, because I mean the Bow coach Polamalu, like that's like the model that he should be going after is Troy. Troy like
Paul was a strong and Edmonds is a strong. That's what I'm saying. I think Minka should be a strong, but he does not want to do that. He repeatedly say he didn't want to do that in Miami. He's glad he's out of there now. He's just in the back, sitting there watching everything. Well, he watching that lot of shit go down and go in the end zone. That's all I see him doing. I see him watching a lot of big plays. I don't see him making any. So, but this game right here though with Baker, this should be a good game for him. This is going to be his game. He's going to do something this game. First of all, you got to come up and stop the run. He's going to need help.
Yeah.
And when Baker does those fucking rollouts and that fucking boot shit, he's going to have to make a play down the field on Odell and Landry. So, I mean, he's going to have to do something. I mean, I like our corners. Like you said, we do give a lot of big plays, but compared to the rest of the league, we're better than 80% of the teams in the league. But we get our interceptions. We get 2 a game.
Yeah.
We got 8 interceptions or something like that.
I'm actually surprised. I'm literally surprised that you guys are still getting turnovers at the rate that you are.
Pressure.
Only because historically speaking, if you get a lot of turnovers one year, the next season you usually get a precipitous fall off. I think there's been like 2 teams in like the last 20, 25 years that have finished, in the top 5 in turnovers 2 years in a row.
Well, three previous years we got nothing.
Yeah, you got nothing.
4 previous years we got no turnovers. The entire defense, the coaching staff determined to make that a big thing. Getting that ball back was a massive, massive thing. I think about 5 years we didn't get shit. And we still got the same number of sacks. We got pressure. We never got the ball. So that's everything to this defense now. And they tried it for like 3 years. They finally made a breakthrough last year, and now we're still doing what we're doing. Which I appreciate and love. But I'm just like, 5 years we couldn't get a fucking turnover. Nobody couldn't get anything. It was infuriating, insane. We lost games because Ben would turn the ball over once and you lost turnover battle. So it was fucking bad.
I don't know, but the other big game, like I was saying to you earlier, like this is going to be a huge game. I still think the Steelers should be able to pull it out. I know you think it's really close. I think there is I don't know, probably maybe like 24-14 in Pittsburgh's favor. I think that the Browns,
I think 21-28 Steelers. They're gonna give up. They've given up points to everyone.
Yeah.
They've given up points to everyone. They have not given up touchdowns. So I can't sit here and say all of a sudden they're gonna give up 2 today to a 4-1 team. No, they've given up points to everyone. I'd say 3. Shit. Last week, Wentz, I think Wentz is better. Wentz and his coach are better than the Browns coaches, and they're injured and shit. And that was 28. You know what I mean? So that's why I say 21. I say 1 touchdown less than they give up to Philly. Defensively, I'm not scared of that team, but I can't ignore 12 interceptions and 7 sacks from one guy.
Yeah.
So it's like fucking. We'll see today because Ben's gonna throw that fucking ball.
Yeah.
And, he's gonna throw that ball today, and it's gonna be like the Browns are gonna find out a lot about themselves.
He's gonna toss it. Yeah.
We added fucking. I'm not even gonna say his new nickname because that's the worst nickname ever. But we added this fucking mutant out there, rookie, Ew, I call him Smog. I send everybody pictures, dude. I send the Smog video when he comes out of fucking lake, molten lava, Golden Lake.
Smog.
He says that shit over fucking the city. Like, I am death, I am fire, I am Smog. I was like, first time I saw him, I saw it never before he even drafted him. I saw this motherfucker. I was like, Chase, what the fuck? What do you run a 4.2, 4.4? It's like a 4.4 he ran at like 6'4" and 235 pounds. I was like, what the fuck? And the whole conversation was whether or not he's going to be a tight end or a receiver.
Why not both?
And I'm watching him. I'm like, nah, dude, he's too fast. He's too quick. He's got small area quickness. He's got long speed. He runs like a damn colt. His legs all gangly. It's all like crazy and shit. You're like, he's not even in his man strength yet. You know, you see him as like fucking 21 years old, 20 years old.
He's gonna be a baller though, man.
That's a problem, dude. And he's got a Hall of Fame guy throwing him the ball and running the offense. That's what it is, you know. That dude fucking, I fucking love that dude. That was one of my favorite picks.
Yeah,
I was so excited.
I tell you what, the other game, moving on from this Pittsburgh game, the other game I was telling you about earlier that I think is going to be really telling when it comes to the AFC North is going to be the Eagles and the Ravens. And I think that because last week the Eagles actually started looking like we thought the Eagles would look.
I think that was us. I really don't. I don't know, man.
I mean, it's not like the Eagles have played a lot of big competition either.
I think that was us more than we give up big plays. He had big plays. I haven't seen shit. The Ravens, they're not going to give him the ball. I mean, he won't see the fucking ball.
Well, that's what I want to see. Is I want to see, like, if you're right and the Eagles look good because they were playing the Steelers, or the Eagles are actually starting to round into character. They're probably not going to make the playoffs at their record, but if they have a good showing against Baltimore, I think it's going to be a statement that the Eagles are, a decent team, and that their showing against the Steelers was more about their skill than the Steelers just getting sloppy. So, I mean, but at the same time, if the Ravens literally just steamroll them, then yeah, you're absolutely right that they look good against the Steelers because the Steelers have some work to do. And that's going to put the division into doubt for the Pittsburgh. So that's why it's an interesting game to watch.
I mean, yeah. I mean, see what Wentz does, how he bounces back. I mean, he has success with that no-name receiver or whatever who bounced around the league. I mean, they're an injured team.
Yeah, they are.
It was definitely valiant what they did against the Steelers. Any team, that many injuries. I mean, they did put up 28. And, I mean, they played their hearts out, really. But talent won out right there.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back to I'll go back to the Browns Steelers. I just, man to man, head to head, 53 to 53, I think the Steelers are better than the Browns.
No, yeah.
Like definitely. If you pick the team, if you had two teams, you sat there and like pick you'd probably pick more Steelers than you would Browns in this game. That's why I think we have the edge. But I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I really don't. But no, the Philly game's going to be tough to see. Philly does have a strong front four. Them motherfuckers ain't no joke. I mean, they came, they got the bend a couple times. They put out the Castro. I mean, that front four is probably the meanest, nastiest front four in the NFL.
Yeah.
But they don't have shit behind it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
If you can get behind it, it's fucking over. But those dudes are fucking badass. And that's going to be a huge test to see if, but their linebackers. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if those front four can get penetration and slow shit down, and that's the whole thing with Lamar. You got to force him to be a pocket passer.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And if they can do that, I don't see it because I don't think they have the depth in their secondary or second level of defense.
But they do have they actually have a rotation of 8 capable defensive linemen, so they can stay fresh, and that could put that's going to be a good tell. Like I said, I mean, this is really, really, bringing it all the way back to like Pittsburgh. This is the kind of game that Eagles game is going to be showing how Pittsburgh matches up against Baltimore. And it's the same thing with this game because if you remember, Baltimore just steamrolled Cleveland.
First
So
game of
that's
the
what
year.
like if
I
if you
I
want,
don't think
you know,
I don't put too
okay,
much credit. It's the first game of the year. You
yeah,
know, no preseason. I can't. As now we're at game 5, game 6 for some teams
mm-hmm.
because some teams got screwed
I
by
don't
the
know,
COVID.
man.
Oh, what about this? All the games are playing today. You know why? Because the owner said, "Fuck COVID. Those motherfuckers got COVID. Just don't play, and we're gonna keep playing these games." I guarantee you, the rest of the year, not one game gets canceled again.
Yeah,
I guarantee you, they ain't cancel no more games. They ain't moving no games. They ain't cancel no more games after this was it. They had the
okay.
announcement ESPN. Oh, we're playing all the games. I swear to God, I saw a bunch of COVID positives on my feed
Yeah,
yesterday. And I was like, yeah, the NFL owners are like, well, he got COVID, he can't play. Rest of y'all playing.
mm-hmm.
Fuck this shit. The fans are coming back now. Hell no.
Yeah. They're bound and determined to make sure that this whole pandemic continues to go on. Like the NFL says, listen, man, I'll be
All of
damned.
us are. We're all bound to turn and make sure it goes on because none of us are listening. You know, nobody wants to wear a mask. Everybody's going to. We went to the fucking Old Navy last week. Yesterday, she's like,
Yeah.
"I want to go to Old Navy get some jeans." I said, "Old Navy, huh?" Oh, yeah. I sat. I'm sitting in the truck. I sat in the truck. Fucking, I'll just go in. I walked in there. Every last white woman in Mill Creek was in that motherfucker. I was sitting there. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was
Yeah.
like, I was standing there in line, my 6 foot away, even though the person on the other row was
Yeah.
actually 2 feet away, and that person on the other row was 2 feet away. I was sitting there just like, oh, what I say? It was, oh yeah, I just wanted to say, what? Oh, you came in? I said, yeah, I didn't want you to go down this super spreader by yourself.
Yeah. Dude, you should have walked in there and said, "Excuse me, I'm looking for someone named Karen." See how many heads turn.
Oh, there's a lot of Karens. These are
Okay.
hot Karens. Oh, man. They only
So,
go up so many sizes. They only go up to size 10, I think. So there ain't no fatties in there. There's all
no
those
fat
cute,
Karens.
a bunch of cuties.
I was watching the Alabama Georgia game last night, and they kept like panning to the crowds, and you see people up there like with their masks off, like yeah. And I'm like,
Oh yeah, it's Alabama. What about dude? He coached on the sideline. They made an exemption.
he has 2 negative tests though, going into it.
Listen, this fucker, they don't fucking care. They don't
I,
fucking care.
I
They
mean, they
don't
would have
fucking
been.
care. They don't care down there. They don't care. They never cared since the shit started. They didn't shut shit down. My buddy Chungler lives down there. He teaches at one of the universities. He's just like, he said he left. He said, I'm not fucking teaching this year. They're like, oh, come back and teach. Come on. He's like, no, and I don't have to. And you still gotta pay me. I'm not fucking risking myself. Just risk you idiots are fucking doing this shit.
Yeah.
You know. But now he's at the bar watching the game. So he's giving up too.
He's at the bar watching. It's like
He's at the bar watching.
everybody's got a line of how they're like,
How far? Yes.
yeah, like I will wear my mask and everything. Oh wait, there's a donut shop open.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotta go to Old Navy. Let me get some Old Navy. Stand in line with 800 people. I'm sitting there like, oh Jesus Christ.
What I want to know is why the NFL hasn't commissioned someone to make masks with microphones built into them, so like the coaches don't have to keep pulling this. And like all these offensive coordinators, man, like I don't understand why people like John Gruden can't keep their damn masks on because every time you see him on the sideline talking, calling the play, he's always like this anyway. And so it's
Yes.
like, what the fuck's the difference, man? Just wear the goddamn mask.
He learned his lesson. That mask he had on last week was tight, boy. That thing went up to his eyes. That
You
shit, it was up to his eyes, wrapped around his ears. I was like, he said, "That's enough money for me." Was it? What do you get? Well, how much was it? 50,000.
Yeah, something like that. It was
Crazy.
I'm waiting for
Blades.
it, and I'm surprised the NFL didn't do it sooner, where they started doing like 15-yard penalties if people aren't wearing their masks on the sideline. That would get all the coaches to mask up, man. They would be looking like ninjas out there. They would have no
Andy
skin
Reid.
showing.
Andy Reid handled that shit. Andy Reid had the fucking screen. He put the screen up first thing.
Did
Look at
you see
that screen now.
Belichick? Belichick had like 2 masks on.
Oh, does he? I didn't
Yeah,
see
it's like he's got like one of those hospital masks on, and then he has like one
Yeah.
of these on over
he
top
old
of
as
it,
hell.
man. He ain't
Yeah,
he
he's
ain't
old as
messing
hell.
around.
I got 2 masks.
He's like, man, he's like, one mask is actually a secret video recorder to capture the signs on the other team's sidelines. The other mask is just for COVID.
What in the hell am I looking at? What the fuck is this shit?
I don't know.
Birddogs.com. Gym shorts with underwear. What? Whatever.
What are you looking at, man?
looking at ESPN, it said Bird Dog. This dude looked like somebody off Jersey Shore with a mullet. He was wearing gym shorts with underwear attached. I was like, how you gonna attach your underwear to gym? What? I was like, whatever.
Well,
TV.
I guess they. I mean, isn't that technically like swimming trunks?
That's what they said. You could swim in them too, or something. I was like, what the fuck?
It's like, would you
Oh.
just put like a mesh in there? I mean, it would be kind of. I mean, if they cradle nicely, man, that could be nice.
If you see the commercial, you'll be like, what the fuck? He's tattoos everywhere. Looks like a Jersey Shore boy with a fucking mullet. He's there throwing a basketball. He's like on the beach. He's on the fucking dock. He's like, yeah. I'm sitting there like, what the
It's like
fuck?
my junk has never felt better.
Yeah, I was like, what the? It was funny. Well, it did. Hey, it caught my eye. That doesn't
Now
mean
you,
anything.
you're gonna order a set, man? Am I gonna make
Yeah,
like
I
a
will.
Martha's son?
Once I get in
Boxes?
shape. Once I get back to the gym and get in shape, I'll order a pair.
Gotta get the gym in your house, man.
Jimmy Mount. I gotta go to Y. They be asking me like every fucking day. I didn't pay for it for 4 months, and I let them take the money out for 3 now. They're just like, dude, you're paying for this shit. Show up. I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
not
you
ready.
need it. You need to go. You need to go. If you're paying, you need to go. That's why I stopped
I
paying because I
know.
wasn't going.
I know. I'm gonna go. I'm keeping paying it because my son, me all need to go. I like going
Yeah.
to Y, but I just don't feel comfortable yet. I just keep
Yeah.
forgetting to go cancel it. So I don't know. We're gonna go. We're
Oh.
back in there. We got wrestling now though. He's wrestling now over at Prep. Fucking little boy. He's so funny. He I told y'all last week he picked my leg up like against my
Really?
will. Yeah, and I was like, so last practice, we're doing two a week now. We went from 1 a week to 2 a week. And
Uh-huh.
last practice, his coach was like, hey, he's gotten a lot better since last year. And I was like, yeah, he fucking picked my leg out against my will and like had me all down. He's like, yeah, he's got a lot better. And like, this is why I love it though, because it's just the shit. The such hard. It's so good for his body,
Yeah.
and he doesn't like the competition of it yet. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't get that, but he's fucking weird. He likes working out. It's like the weirdest little boy I ever met. And like
Yeah.
he doesn't get that. He doesn't get that. Like, we gotta win at all costs. He doesn't think that way.
Yeah.
But he likes to work out. Like he really does. He likes to fucking work out. I got workout videos I do here. I got a 5-pound little heavy ball, whatever you cut, kettlebell,
Yeah.
and he uses that. He likes to work out. Like he really does. It's the funniest shit ever. Like all last year in this sports, he loves the workout part. When the game starts, he gets a little,
Yeah.
but like this shit, like we're at 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks now of
Mhm.
wrestling. And then they always have himself. That's why I'm always gonna make him do this shit.
Mhm.
Because he got in the shower the other day, and like went into his room. He's like, I can't find any pajamas. I came in there and like took his shirt off. He looked like something off Baywatch and shit. He's like it's been like 4 weeks. He took his shirt off. I was like, oh god damn, we got like fucking 4-pack. What the fuck? I was like,
and
you
you
feel like a
then you
fat
look
bastard.
down yourself.
He
You're
made
like,
me feel bad,
Yeah.
dude. He made me feel bad. I was like, oh my god, it's already happening. It's already happening. He just saw. He's like, yeah, take his shirt off, man.
yeah, wrestling would help him in the streets too, man.
Oh, definitely. You have to handle yourself, and he's an only child. I do
Mhm.
want to get more team sports. This is a team sport in a way, but it is
Yeah,
you slowly, it is basically how you do against somebody else. But you are on a team.
Hmm.
But I don't know. This was my favorite sport. Wrestling was my favorite sport to fucking play. I never got a feeling out of anything else I did, football, basketball, anything that I did out of wrestling. So I mean, the fact that year 2 that he's not afraid of it. Like he said something like, "Why do I do this? I'm not going to be a wrestler when I grow up." Like pro wrestler in his mind. I said, "You need to do something. You're doing it. Like you haven't played any sports all year because of the pandemic. I'll throw you the most pandemic risk assessed sport ever in wrestling. But it'll be fine."
I don't know.
So
I mean,
but he's already doing good.
that's great though. I mean, I'm a grown up. Like I kind of wrestled, but football is it for me, man. I love football. I don't know, even being on the line. Like I love being able to move people against their will.
Mm-hmm.
Like drive them like 15 yards and smile at them. And baseball was fun too. I for a fat kid, I love playing basketball.
Yeah, you're
I don't know.
tall. Basketball is a shit. I love basketball. I love to watch basketball. I love to watch basketball, football. I'm not gonna sit there and watch wrestling. I'm just
Yeah.
talking about playing wrestling.
Yeah.
Yourself. That you're a man on an island, shit like that.
Oh no,
that
man, I liked
flash.
it.
I love that feeling. I love that feeling, and it was, and the workout was the most intense workout you'll ever have, and that's why, I make sure he does it this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think after this, couple years of this, anything else is gonna be easy, and it's,
Yeah.
it gets him started already in team sports, and like I said, he doesn't have to do tournaments this year. He has
Mm-hmm.
to go practice. It's his second year in novice. So we'll see if he wants to do tournaments. If he doesn't, he doesn't. He got
Yeah.
fucked up last year in that tournament. He fucked him up. Boom. Yeah, but he's figuring out. And the other thing it is, which is funny because it is teaching him how to tackle.
Yeah.
And like that's one of the things I noticed this year. Like we came from my leg, like he form tackled my
Yeah.
leg, scoop my knee, and then like I was like, if you grab both my knees, you take me to the ground. He's like, I can't take you to the ground. I said, no, not me, but it's like, you know what I mean? You fucking suck up on that knee, get that shoulder in that gut.
Yeah.
Someone's going down. You're gonna move them. So, and I think that I told him that when he went to that practice. I think he was doing that, but no, I get him. He's got practice on Tuesday. And I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fun seeing his little career. Do his shit, man. And it's like
Yeah.
get better at it. Everything he does. It's wonderful to see.
What we should
I'm
do,
really,
man.
I'm really trying to be a part of his life. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everyday type thing. Like I
When
talk to him.
when he's
Hmm?
in tournaments, man, you should record them. Send that video over. We can put like some commentary over top. We could we could do like a Martha Son breakdown of your son's wrestling technique. Like, look at him.
Yeah, we
He
gotta
shoot.
see.
He did
We'll
that
see
double
this year.
shoot.
Last year there wasn't no technique. He got slammed a couple times bad. I was like, no, all I was saying to him, boy, don't cry. He was sitting there like, I'm like, don't cry. Like he got the first time, that boy shot him and picked him up, boom, back of his head. I was right there. I was like, don't fucking do it. He
Oh
was like,
man,
oh,
that
he
reminds
didn't
me of
cry.
my first year of football. I played Bay City football,
Oh yeah.
and I was too fat to play with kids my own age, so I was like
Oh
8 or 9 playing with like 13-year-olds.
yeah.
And those first practices, my dad was a coach, and I got crushed. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we did like like Oklahoma drill or whatever. Like dudes were
You
just like
don't.
running me
How old were
over.
you?
Like
How old were you?
9 or something like that.
Yeah. No, like he doesn't get that. He doesn't have that aggressiveness. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like this is what's happening right now. Like if you don't like, my
Yeah.
the one dude said, one of the parents last year, I was talking about getting his son in wrestling with Elijah. He was like, I don't know, this school, because they go to that Christian school, Lutheran school.
Mhm.
It's real big on kindness and like being good neighbors, being a good buddy, being a good friend, shit like that. Like they're real big on that.
Mhm.
He was saying, I don't know about this school. I think this school is making our kids soft. I was like, no, it's making them good kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I don't know. I'd rather be like this than the opposite.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather be like really nice and shit and not be overly aggressive. Like this wrestling thing is the whole point of it is to teach them, to pick and choose your spots.
Yeah.
When it's okay to be aggressive. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Oh, God. What is this cat doing?
I
What are you
think
doing?
I do think that I don't know. Like, I mean, he's that testosterone's gonna kick in, and he's gonna get more aggressive. So it would be nice for him to have that outlet.
No, I mean, a lot of the kids already have it though. It's their
Yeah.
mindset. You know what I mean? However they got it from their parents, whatever. You can see,
Oh
they're
man, I
more.
was just,
Most of
I,
them usually have big brothers though that
yeah.
did it already. Those kids, so they know. But we'll see.
I was just angry. So like football was good for me. It was good for me to like get beat up, but like I would keep coming back for more. Like like I don't know, like I would lose. I'm like no, like I remember going against one kid. I think I was finally starting to get into the right age, and he still like stronger than me. He was a teenager, and I was like 11, and I was. We were doing like a tackling drill, and he just kept running me over, and I kept, no, I got to keep going. I got to do this. Like my stubbornness just wouldn't let me stop. So
That's what's up. I mean, that's what
yeah.
I had. I didn't play football till I was 12, maybe.
Mhm.
I think 12, 13. That's when I started playing. And it's a hard sport. It's a tough sport. It's hardcore.
Mhm.
Like I played here in the Cap Parochial League. And I did not play I didn't play in Bay City. I played in
Yeah.
the Parochial League here. And then I played in Southwestern Ohio
Mhm.
in junior high and high school. Now it was a different. That was a different level. Like
Mm-hmm.
the that whole city Friday Night Lights shit.
Yeah.
Like that's not. That was my next thing where the entire city was there, and it was all about small cities in Ohio, but the
Yeah.
entire city was there, and you like actually fought against other cities,
Yeah.
not other schools in your city. Like that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. That's like when and you're not that far away. Someone
Mm-hmm.
might have a car, and then you get to go to the other city, maybe fuck one of their girls or something. Maybe you're dating some girl from there, or whatever. And we used to all go. Centerville was
Yeah.
our prep in the area. And that was always our biggest game. And then our quarterback, most handsome quarterback ever, Randy.
Mm-hmm.
He was like fucking. He had dated this girl. He's a picture of her. She's like hot as fuck. We're like, Jesus Christ, you're dating? Yeah, I'm dating. She's in Centerville though. We gotta go there. We had to drive there. We were all sneaky,
Uh-huh.
looking around like we're in enemy territory.
I
Yeah, that was
remember.
cool, man. I,
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
I learned to really love football there though.
Foot, I remember. I tell you what. When ninth grade was So like when it comes to like physical development, I was I would say I was like a late bloomer. Like I still like in ninth grade had like a baby face, and this is when I was started to become a little bit more intimidated by my surroundings for whatever reason. There was this kid on the team, Dave Larson. He was like 14. I might have been 13 at the time. Going to ninth grade. Dude had a full beard. I'm not talking about like
Yeah,
some whiskers. He had a
yeah,
full beard, and he
it'd
was a
be like
big
that.
dude. He was almost as big as me, and the coaches matched me up against him, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like terrified because I'm like, this is a grown ass man.
Yeah, it's big as hell. Get up there. You're talking about.
Yeah,
You
but
got it,
I didn't
Jim.
I didn't have a beard or anything. Like it looked
Damn
like
it,
he already
Jim.
had man streak. So
Damn
I
it, Jim. Whoop that ass.
I did. I mean,
All right, that's what's up.
and I was like, wait a minute. Like because the coaches were like, hey, dude, if you beat him, we go get some water. I'm like, well, shit, I'm thirsty. That's kind of when I was like, all right, I might be pretty good at this.
I can do this. I can do this. Me, I was just too. I didn't give a fuck who I went across. I just throw myself in there. I did not
Yeah,
care. I did not fucking care. I was fucking anybody. Ooh, I'm like, boom. Like, that hurt. Shit. Like, he's on the ground. Yeah.
man.
Fuck it.
Well,
I just threw myself back.
at the end of the day, though, I mean, as much as we want to be critical of the NFL, there's still part of me that's like, man, I'm really glad football's back.
Oh fuck yeah, dude. I said this week. I was like, when the game was on Tuesday.
Yeah,
What would you say if I told you you could watch football every day of the week, 7 days a week? Morpheus. I was like, that shit.
yeah,
That was exciting. And then the next day there was no game. Then Thursday
yeah.
there was a game. I was like, oh, what the fuck?
I was like, ah, yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, it'd be cool. It would be really hard to schedule that though. Like football, you can't play more than one
Not
game
any
a week.
football, really. I mean, any football. I meant like, yeah, not NFL. You can't do NFL, but any
Get
football.
college,
Yeah, there's
yeah.
college, there's all that shit.
Like the MAC should play all their games on Wednesdays now.
Yeah, right. No, you could do 7 days a week. You could easily do days a
Yeah,
week. Easily. There's all kinds of buys in college in a regular year. You know
yeah,
what I mean? You can actually do play Wednesday, and you have your buy. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
That's it.
well, it's like you
Easily
have a
done.
you have a bye the week before, and then you have that long bye after, right? So it's
Yeah.
like, all right, so you get a full 7 days of practice, you have your
Yep.
game, and then you have like 10 days off.
That's it. It can easily be done. You can
Boom.
watch football every day. And it should be like that.
Yeah, I don't
You
know
go to high
though.
school games.
I've, I'd like to check in on some local college football or college or local high school football, see how those guys are doing. I haven't seen a high school game in a while.
No, my plan next year is to like go to every sporting event
Ever.
possible. Yeah, just like because
You're gonna you're gonna be
the
going to
ability.
like golf. We're gonna see
Yeah,
you
I go
like at the
lacrosse
Erie
or some
Open.
shit, sitting there drinking there.
You're gonna
Yeah,
be at the.
I want to do everything next year. I want to be out doing everything. I'm gonna go to concerts. Fucking
Hmm.
Jesus, no concerts, no comedy clubs. Not there's been not people are starting to do it now, but I still don't. I don't trust none of that shit. So I'm waiting
Yeah,
till next year.
I don't trust people because I can't do something as simple as keep a mask over the goddamn nose.
No, without bitching about it. My guys can't stop bitching about it. I'm like, we're not just putting a fucking mask on.
Yeah,
Like, get a fucking cool mask, motherfucker. I got a cool mask. I'll
It's
get a
like
cool
everyone's
look.
listening to Future all of a sudden. Mask off. Take the mask off.
I saw that. I thought it was a new song. I was like, is that a new song?
No.
I
There's
didn't
also
even
on
know.
Rick and Morty though, man. They used it well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He
They do something
said
about the pandemic.
no, man. There was just this was last year before the pandemic. There was an
Oh.
episode where like Rick was like chilling with a dragon and they were just, doing Molly Percocet and have that song playing. They go to the zoo, like blowing weed and like the animals' faces and stuff, man. It was
Oh my
Rick and
god.
Morty's no joke, man. I love that show.
We've been watching. Elijah's got into what's the one about the grunkle?
Oh, Gravity Falls.
Yeah, he's
That
all
show is
addicted
so
to it
good,
now.
man. Bill Cipher.
That show's fucked up. I'm like sitting there watching it. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know. You should be watching this. I'm like, holy fuck. I am
It
getting
was.
sick of the little sister. I did tell
You
him
know
that.
what, man? Her
I told him.
voice.
Listen. I told him last time. I was like, last. Oh, my feelings hurt. I was like, dude, that's getting old. It's getting old, dude. Every time her feelings get hurt, and he gotta sit there sacrifice what he want for her
Yeah,
all the time. Like
all the
every
time,
episode. I'm like,
all
hey,
the time.
hey. I was like, you see what's going on here, right, Elijah? I was like, damn, Elijah, he got to live for himself too. Sometimes, not every
Yeah.
episode, maybe the same shit. She hurt her feelings, whatever. No, can't be like that.
Although
You gotta
she
live
made
for
me
yourself.
laugh, man. Like that one episode where she became the boss and she came out with those shoulder pads on.
Yeah,
I was
that was.
I was dying, man. I was like,
I thought that was
this
funny.
you know what
Then
those,
she had
those
to act like
stickers?
Grunkle
Yeah.
at the end. Start
Ah,
yelling
my
at
back.
her. That show's fucked up.
Yeah, that shows. It was good. It was a good show, man.
What fucked me up was the ending of it though. The
Yeah.
one when they took in that evil pyramid dude was like trying to
Yeah,
kill her.
Bill
I was like, what
Cipher.
the fuck are we watching? And then at the end, there's like a mystery. I actually looked it up on YouTube and it's like the reverse spell to come. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there was
No,
so much.
he's all into it now.
Yeah, it was such a like the first time that Bill comes out and he pulls the deer out of that or the teeth out of that deer's mouth. I'm like, what? What is this dude?
Yeah. Now I see Bill. You can see Bill throughout the entire series.
Oh yeah, man.
And there's a time travel one that I want to go back and see if you can actually see. There's a time travel one where they show up and these things that happen in the past episodes, and they're in the background. Now I want to go back and look at those episodes and see if you see them in them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they show.
Yeah.
They show.
There's all sorts of little Easter eggs and everything in there.
Yeah, I want to see that shit. If they did that shit, that's some deep thinking, dope shit, right there.
Yeah. You know the Blendon Blandon, the time traveler guy?
The little
That's
fat dude with glasses.
Yeah, that's Justin Roiland. He's the guy that does Rick and Morty.
Oh, okay.
So like there's like Easter eggs in each of their shows for like there's one episode of Rick and Morty where they're shooting a bunch of portals and some of the stuff that flies out of the portal is the same stuff that gets lost in one of the portals when they turn it on in Gravity Falls. So they always put like little Easter eggs for each other in the shows.
Their animation is very varied too. They did the fucking one with Street Fighter dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that was cool. I was
Yeah.
like, that's a cool like next level animation trick there. I was like,
Use that little pixel art.
yeah. Then he fell down. It was like 2-dimensionally, couldn't get up. And he powered himself up. He fell
Yeah,
flat.
man.
Oh, yeah,
That was a good show, man.
It is good. Like I said, he's so young. Sometimes I'm looking at him like, some of the stuff is a little suspect.
Which is weird because it was on the Disney Channel.
Yeah.
That's so I don't know, man. But it looks like we are about out of time for this week. So any parting shots that you want to make about the Steeler game?
I mean, I think it's going to be a tight game. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, I don't think the Browns are just going to show up to get beat down. You know, I honestly think we have more talent than they do. But I don't believe in Baker. I really don't. But I think they have enough talent to make it a game. You know.
Yeah.
And it is a show and prove. This is a show and prove game. Every week is a show and prove game. This is a show and prove game. This is a real one. This is 4-1 versus 4-0, and you know it's a division game. Our first division game. Their second.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it matters. Like this is not just an early season game. It's a division game, so it fucking matters. Everyone's gonna go out there, bust their ass, You
Mm-hmm.
know, where it wins. But yeah, I think we can pull it out, win by a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if it's close, go either way. I mean, they got
Yeah.
talent. OBJ's healthy now.
Yeah.
They got Kareem Hunt back there, scared the shit out of me. They got a great offensive line. You know, Baker's the only thing holding them back, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we already know what you feel about Baker.
I just don't see it, dude. I mean, he's the only thing holding it back. But sometimes you can win if everything else is good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you ain't gonna win in the postseason like that, but you can win regular season games with an average quarterback.
Yeah, and you can win postseason games against the Steelers like Tim Tebow did.
Tim Tebow, that wasn't just Tim Tebow. That was God.
God carried that pass. God broke that coverage.
God did that shit. He gave fucking Ryan Clark the fucking sickle cell. That's why Ryan couldn't play in that game. He played in that game. It's a blowout.
Yeah.
Ryan couldn't play in that game, and that was it. God won that game.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But
I made fun of him all year. Tim Tebow.
Well, folks, I think that's enough for today. So we will wrap it up there. We'll let Z work on his laundry.
I'm sorry, I got this shit.
Hey, dude, I got a load in the dryer that needs to be folded, so I'm right there with you.
I know. I should have done it. I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good.
Oh, you trying to get this shit ready so I can start drinking and watching football.
That's why we started the show a little bit early, man. We didn't have to wait for Aaron.
We got one of these times we gotta like do this and then like do this and watch a football game together
at the same time.
Yeah, for real. What the fuck?
That'd be dope,
we should
man.
Do that, dude. We should fucking do that.
Get my
like,
iPad out.
One game, put that shit on, and just like fucking just do this and watch and be like, ah.
It's tough. It's tough for me to get the same games that you do because like when the Eagles play, that's the only game that's on TV.
Yeah.
So like I don't get the Steeler game today.
I would watch. Yeah, but I would pick whatever game we don't, whatever. Yeah. It doesn't even matter to be our teams.
Yeah, I'm just saying
we watch a game like that though.
Yeah. We'd have to find a game that it'd probably have to be like one of the 4:30 games.
Probably need to get your ass up here so we can watch a game together.
Yeah, it's coming. I'll be up, definitely up for Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's what's up then. Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll be back. I'll probably come back for like a week or two. Yeah. Get my Christmas tree and decorations put up, and then come up for a chunk of December because I can work from up there.
Yeah.
So, maybe help my mom make some Christmas cookies. I keep trying to tell her to come down to make all of her cookies down here so that we can try out my new oven since I got a double stove or double oven in there now.
What in the world? What'd you get that for?
Because I wanted it. Life? Yeah, dude, I'm all about the baking life, man.
Like, okay, shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude, I'll be baking bread and English muffins, cookies and stuff. Like, especially bread. Like, if you get good at baking bread, it's actually a lot cheaper than going out and buying a loaf because you can get like a big 5-pound thing of flour and just make a bunch of different loaves of bread from that, and it saves you money in the long run. Hey, plus, it's a challenge, man. I do just about anything that's challenging. Like I'm kind of want to build. Like I've been watching some videos. I'm like, you know what? There's this free video game engine out there. I might try to make like a little Zelda type game. Maybe like with my like snowman.
That shit would be cool.
That would be funny.
That would be cool as hell. Making video games.
Yeah, man. It'd be like little like pixel art video game. Like an old Zelda game.
That sounds dope as fuck.
I'll get you guys to be voices.
Yes. All the boys all do. I mean, they build computers and shit. They do shit like that. And like my son and her son. They do all kinds of shit like that. My son designs video games, so he's in that life.
Yeah. What engine does he use? Do you know?
Oh, don't ask me. I don't know. I don't know the fuck he does. Listen, I'm a ditch digger.
Yeah, but you get Gundams though, man. That's rewarding in itself, man. You get to drive around in heavy equipment. Heaviest equipment I have to lift is my ass getting to the bathroom.
That shit's awesome though. It is fun. It is fun.
Oh man! All right, guys, we will sign off, and we will catch you next week.
All right.
All right, man.